What if I told you that you could change your entire academic destiny in just 10 days? Sounds like a dream, right? Impossible, you're thinking. But let me ask you, what if it's not a dream? What if this is the reality you've been waiting for, but no one ever told you about it? What if you could completely rewrite your future in less time than it takes to binge-watch your favorite show? Let's be real for a moment. How many times have you told yourself, "I'll start tomorrow," or "It's too late for me"? We've all been there, haven't we? The pressure builds up, the exams loom, and no matter how hard you try, you're left scrambling at the last minute. You've probably been told that top grades require endless hours of studying, weeks of cramming, and maybe even burning the midnight oil for days on end. But what if I told you that's a lie? What if I told you that you don't need to sacrifice your sleep, your happiness, or your mental peace to succeed? In fact, you don't need all those extra hours at all. The real question is, how do you manage to outsmart the system in just 10 days? Think about the pressure you're under, whether it's the constant reminders from teachers, the weight of your parents' expectations, or the fear of failing and disappointing everyone. You know that feeling, don't you? The feeling that no matter what you do, it's never enough. You've tried everything. You've studied for hours, but still, it's just not clicking. The more you study, the more you feel like you're sinking. It's frustrating, exhausting, and frankly, it's enough to make you want to give up. But what if giving up was the biggest mistake you could make? What if the real reason you haven't been able to get the grades you deserve isn't because you're not trying hard enough, but because you've been going about it all wrong? What if there's a method, a system, that could take you from struggling to acing everything in just 10 days? I know it sounds crazy, but let me explain why it's completely possible. You see, top performers, the ones who always seem to have it all together, have discovered something. They've figured out how to maximize their results with minimal effort. They don't study harder, they study smarter. And this method isn't about memorizing everything or doing endless practice tests. It's about unlocking your mind's full potential and pushing your limits in ways you never thought possible. Let me tell you something important. It's not about how much time you put in, it's about how you use the time you have. You've been taught that success comes with endless hours of studying, but that's the lie they want you to believe. The truth is, in just 10 days, you can completely transform your study habits, your focus, and your grades. And I'm going to show you how. Now, I want you to think about this. What if the secret to top grades has nothing to do with intelligence or effort, and everything to do with how you manage your brain? Most people believe they need to study for hours, trying to absorb as much information as possible. But the truth is, your brain isn't designed to handle that much information at once. The more you push it, the less effective you become. That's why you've probably experienced burnout, or those frustrating moments where you feel like you're staring at a page and nothing is sticking. But here's where it gets interesting. You can actually hack your brain to study efficiently and effectively, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the method that will change the way you approach studying forever. It's simple, it's effective, and it's going to make those 10 days feel like the most productive, high-performing days of your entire academic life. Now, I need you to be honest with yourself. How much time are you really spending on things that don't matter? How many distractions are standing in the way of your success? If you're like most students, the answer is probably a lot. Social media, video games, friends, and all those things that seem so important. They're all taking away from the one thing that will actually get you where you want to be, your focus. And guess what? You can reclaim that focus. And in just 10 days, you can take your grades from mediocre to outstanding. It's not a fantasy. It's a method that has worked for countless students before you, and it can work for you too. But here's the catch. You have to be willing to push yourself. You have to be willing to let go of the old habits that are holding you back and adopt a new mindset. This isn't about trying harder. It's about being strategic with your time, energy, and focus. Once you understand the key principles behind this method, you'll see your grades improve faster than you ever thought possible. So, Are you ready to change the course of your academic future? Are you ready to take control of your grades and your life? The next 10 days are your opportunity to prove to yourself and to everyone else that you have what it takes to succeed. You don't need to study for weeks. You don't need to sacrifice your well-being. All you need is the right approach, the right strategy, and the willingness to put in the work. And now, I'm going to show you exactly how to make it happen. Let's dive into the step-by-step method that will make the next 10 days the most productive, rewarding, and successful days of your life. Are you ready? Because once you start this journey, there's no turning back. Step 1. Master the art of focus. Day 1 to day 3. You've probably heard the phrase, focus is the key to success. But let's take a deeper dive into what that really means. Most students spend hours studying, but they're distracted by a million things. Their phone, the TV, or even random thoughts pull them away from the task at hand. But here's the kicker. True focus is a skill you can train. You have 10 days to reshape your brain. Every time you sit down to study, set a timer for 25 minutes and study without interruption. The method is called Pomodoro, and it's simple. Study intensely for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Rinse and repeat. After 4 cycles, take a longer break, around 15 to 30 minutes. Now, the magic happens during those breaks. Your brain needs rest to process all the information you just absorbed. Trust me, those breaks are not wasted time. They're fuel for your mind. While others are getting distracted, you'll be stacking high-quality study sessions one after the other. Focus on just one subject at a time. Don't multitask. Every second of your study time should be spent learning, not scrolling through your social media. Step 2. Prioritize what matters. Day 2 to day 4. This isn't about cramming in everything you can. This is about choosing what to focus on. Many students make the mistake of trying to learn everything in one go. But remember, your brain can only absorb so much. Quality over quantity. Identify the topics that carry the most weight for your upcoming exams. Here's how you do it. Look at past papers or sample questions and notice which topics appear the most. Ask your teacher or classmates what they think is most important. Review your textbooks, class notes, or online resources and highlight key concepts that are repeatedly mentioned. Once you know where to focus, spend your first few study hours dedicated to those heavy-hitting topics. The goal is to understand the core principles behind these concepts, not just memorize facts. Use active recall techniques, ask yourself questions, write down what you remember, and then check your answers. This is how you retain information. Step 3. Condition your brain to retain information. Day 4 to day 6. This step is where you truly make the 10-day challenge work. You need to train your brain to remember what you're studying. One of the best ways to do this is through spaced repetition. Spaced repetition is a method where you review material at increasing intervals. Today, tomorrow, then in 2 days, then in a week. This helps solidify information in your long-term memory. Use tools like Anki or Quizlet or flashcards. These apps will show you cards at the perfect time to ensure you remember them. The best part? This method ensures that you're not rereading the same content over and over. Instead, you're reinforcing the material in your memory so it sticks. But here's a tip. Don't just passively read your notes. Teach someone else what you've learned. Teaching is one of the most effective ways to reinforce information in your brain. If you can explain a concept to someone else, it means you've mastered it. Try explaining a difficult concept to a friend or even to yourself. This will help you retain the information more effectively. Step 4. Take care of your body to boost your mind. Day 1 to day 10. This is a game changer. Your body and mind are connected. The more you take care of your body, the better your brain will perform. Let me explain how this works. Sleep is not optional. You might think that studying late into the night is helping you, but it's actually hurting you. Sleep is essential for memory consolidation. Aim for at least 7 hours of sleep every night. Eat brain-boosting foods. Fuel your body with healthy foods that nourish your brain. Berries, nuts, and leafy greens. Drinking water is also crucial for staying focused. Exercise is key. Physical activity increases blood flow to your brain and improves cognitive function. A simple 20-minute walk, stretching, or even a short workout can drastically boost your focus and productivity. Don't neglect this part. Remember, your body is the vehicle that carries your mind. The better you treat it, the better your brain will function during those 10 days.